as it is time for the Group of 5 game of the week, and that game is none other than the undefeated Navy midshipmen headed to Denton to take on North Texas and the most high-powered scoring offense in college football. Gentlemen, this game deserves the national spotlight. 11 a.m. on ESPNU. Come on, people. Give me a night game in Denton. What are we doing here? Now, North Texas got into a dogfight with Charlotte last week for a bit, and then they did what they do. Where do you see this game, and what should people know about this Navy team? Because nobody really knows. They just looked up at Navy 7-0. JP, tell us about them.
Yeah, traditionally with these service academies, they play a really good defense. They're really stout against the run. Not the case. Navy has been rough this year. 118th. This is against the pass. I just want to reiterate this, knowing that we're playing North Texas this weekend. 118th in yards, 110th in yards per completion is Navy. And just about anybody they've played has had a chance to get after them. In this case, when you look at what Navy's been historically, it's been ball control. It's been consistently long drives, 10, 15 play drives, and you score, you end with points, and then you play defense, and your defense is well rested after that point. Here's the problem, right? Navy has kind of been taking the top off offensively. They've done it really well on making big plays, scoring a lot quick. That makes more stress on the defense, probably why some numbers are inflated, but still have one of the better quarterbacks in the group of 5 in Horvat. And how do you look at what Navy's trying to do, and now they're kind of starting to score and do some things, and you're going to go play a team who does the same thing, right? This is what North Texas does. They play really good offense, traditionally don't turn it over when Mestemaker, their one loss is kind of, the dent in that armor. He turned it over 3 times. But this is a team that scores and really matches up really well with what Navy's trying to do defensively. They're going to be able to score as well. So expect points on Saturday in Denton. Expect a lot of them. I think this number is like 60. What I see, it was high 60s. 66. Yeah, just a bunch of points. So can Navy kind of go? I think in order to win this one, I think Navy kind of has to go backwards in what they do. And yes, you want the big plays because you always take the points, but maybe it becomes a little more old school. And we'll score when we can, but we're also just going to be methodical in how we operate here. If you're North Texas, just kind of stay with your game plan. And if you're on defense, you got in a little bit of feel when you went up to West Point and played Army and got in a tough one. Army about had a chance to win that one real late. You've seen the triple option before. You haven't seen the iteration of it. You just have to tackle. It sounds so simple, but we have to make one-on-one tackles in holes, and we have to make one-on-one tackles in space, because this is what Navy does: is they get athletes in space and create number advantages with you.
Jake,
you asked Parks, what should people know about this Navy team? Well, if you consider yourself a college football fan, then you should know this Navy team was going to be good, because they returned so much on a really nice offense from a 10-win team a year ago. That's Eli Heidenreich. That's Blake Horvath. That's Alex Teska. And this team, it's just different than any service academy team you maybe have ever seen. I thought JP highlighted it really well. The defense is aggressive. They blitz a ton because I think they know what they have to deal with, because the offense scores so fast. And they just don't have the personnel to play like that, control the rock kind of game anymore. And on the other side, North Texas's defense, they bring in the Sam Houston coordinator. They bring in some of those guys. We thought it was
basically the entire defense, but yes.
They thought it was going to kind of change things, turn things around, looked like that a little bit earlier in the year. Then the USF game happened, and then Charlotte was putting up points on them, and Charlotte doesn't score on anybody. And now it feels like things are coming back to the north.
Watch your mouth.
Texas defense.
Still, no. You cannot compare this North Texas defense to what it was a year ago. Let's be very clear. It's still
they have one thing in common.
Getting smacked.
How many would they have given up to USF?
Yeah, I was gonna say
just 63 points.
63 points. Damn near
It's a skew.
70.
It's a skew. It's a new week. It's a new year. But keep going, Jake.
I was say what you want about this Navy team, and maybe it's fluky. They should have lost to Temple, whatever. Well, they're the only 5-0 team in conference play. They're one of the only remaining undefeated teams left. And we're going to find out what this team is made of, because on top of this game, they have Notre Dame, South Florida, Memphis, and Army left on the schedule. Like a gauntlet stretch of these last 5 games. We're going to see what they're capable of. I lean North Texas winning a shootout here. And because the defense, I just don't think is built for this North Texas offense and what they can bring to the table. Can I get something off my chest too? Can we stop?
Get it off.
Can we stop with the Mestamaker? Where's he going to transfer thing?
Yes.
I really was getting fired up on Twitter. I had like 3 tweets saved in my drafts, and I just decided to pick a fight for another time. Like,
No, you can do that. That helps. That's good. We're growing the brand. You're putting your
Interaction,
opinion out
baby.
there. That's good.
God forbid he wants to stick around with Morris. God forbid a team took a chance on him. Maybe he wants to stick around, or maybe just God forbid you let the kid have a great season and just finish out what he's doing really well with the Mean Green. I'm sorry you were living under a rock and didn't watch the Frisco Bowl last year like I was, and you thought Poffenberger was going to be the starter because you don't know ball. So why don't you just shut your mouth, and maybe people will start offering him money at the end of the year, and then we'll let Drew Mestamaker make his own decision. How about that? Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I will subscribe to this TED Talk because it's 100% right. First of all, the question lingers out there for both of them. Will Eric Morris be there next year? And that's where you can ask for Mestamaker. Like, put the conversation on Morris with the coaching carousel rather than what Mestamaker's done in this offense. Most high-flying offense in college football. They've had their struggles the last couple of weeks on defense, like Jake mentioned. I think they've settled in. Hopefully they can keep it going, but it's a different style of game they're about to play. And it's not the Navy that you're probably used to, but it's also a Navy defense that struggled immensely and a high-flying offense that struggled against pretty much nobody against a defense who struggled against pretty much everybody. That seems like the recipe's there. And that's why the line's where it's at. I think the line is only at 6.5, just out of respect for what the Navy's accomplished this year. It's a good football team. Do they have the pieces to stop what North Texas wants to do? Not only with their athletes, but just their scheme. I'd be stunned because nobody's done it really all year long. I think North Texas has to limit the stupid fumbles. I think when they've gotten in their dogfights and let teams back in the game after they've stretched out the lead, it's because they've turned the ball over, had those short, stupid possessions trying to do too much. Limit that. I think North Texas puts himself in a really good spot to not only win this game, but to take care of business and probably get in the national ranking next year if you beat a ranked Navy team like this week. JP. JP, you lead us off. Reese. We got to go to Reese before picks.
We're good.
Sorry, I don't want to leave his thoughts out before picks. I was starting picks.
Just you talking about Mestamaker, man. I mean, the guy comes off a 600-yard game, 4 touchdowns, all that good stuff. And it's also like, does Navy have the secondary to cover Wyatt Young, Cameron Dorner, Miles Comer for 4 quarters? Don't know about that. And then also, if they can't cover the guys that out wide, you got to worry about Hawkins and Miguel in the backfield too, who have been pretty solid for this North Texas offense as well too. The blueprint's there for every Navy game. Hold on to the football, score 6, eat up clock. Don't let North Texas get the football. And then, I mean, Army kind of was successful with this. Army got up to a lead on this North Texas team pretty solid in the first quarter, first half. But then guess what? North Texas offense is just explosive, and they can go score 45 when they need to. So even if Navy finds a way to get up early in this game, I think North Texas offensively, like I said, for 4 quarters, I don't know if you can limit those 3 guys they have and Mestamaker how successful they've been so far. But I think if Navy is going to, one thing they got to do, they got to rely on a guy named Landon Robinson, who's got 5.5 sacks at the top of the American. So he's got to be some sort of disruptor, I think, to get in the backfield to make Mestamaker make some inadvertent throws. But again, I think this North Texas offense just has a lot of firepower for this Navy defense to handle.
All right. Across the board, let's go pick 6.5 in favor of the Mean Green. Who's going to take this one, Jake?
Just like I said before, I think it's a bad matchup for Navy. Still respect for everything that they've done so far, but I like North Texas in this spot. And now we've seen teams get into track races with like Navy and some service like Army last year, and some of these teams can't keep up. But I don't really see that happening this time around. Maybe I'll be wrong.
I mean, do I gotta give a pick? I for all you podcast listeners, I'm head to toe in Mean Green tonight for good reason. 7-1. The Mean Green, put some respect on their name. 49-27. Mean Green this weekend. JP,
take the over.
I'm going to take the points. I just think 2 high-scoring offenses. You're not really looking for stops from either one of them. Just plus 6.5. North Texas wins, but you get in dogfights with teams that are ready for a fight. Nobody's more ready for a fight than an America's Navy here.
Reese.
I'm still an American soldier right now. I'm ever picking Navy when we're on this show. Give me the Mean Green.
All right, the Army vet, or not the active
not
Army
even
member.
joining his brother in arms. He just hates
love
him.
that. All
Not
right,
the
3 on
Navy.
the Mean Green, 1 on Navy this week in the Group of 5 game of the week. Make sure you smash the subscribe button if you're a Group of 5 fan joining this preview. We appreciate you being here. We will cover the G5 all year long, and this is probably the 4th or 5th time we've talked North Texas this year. So if you're a Mean Green fan, you may be in the best spot on the planet. Hit the subscribe button today. We appreciate you being here. Shout out to the G5 and the G5 game of the week, which you will not want to miss.